Well, of course, we're very excited we won. It sure beats the alternative. It was probably not the most intense ball game that I've ever coached or ever witnessed by both ball clubs. Whatnot, I thought defensively early on in the game we were playing extremely well. We gave up a few big plays due to some misfits, but the option, would do that to you, and we held them to a lot of field goal attempts in the first half. And then offensively, we hurt ourselves there in the first half. I mean, and we really just never got in rhythm. Then the second half, pretty much like always, we try to make it a close ball game. But again, the big difference today was our special teams. If there has been one bright spot on the season, we're so much improved in that area. We've given up a couple big plays early in the season on those teams, but for the most part, we're light years ahead of where we were 2 years ago and even last season. And Walter made a big play on the punt, had a big return early on in the kickoff, and then Dwayne. Really, it was just a short kick, and really that wasn't the design of the return. It was just a big gap there, and he hit it with speed and made just a tremendous individual play there. And of course, that was the difference in the ball game. But they all count the same, and 5 and 6 was the best we could be today, and we're very thankful for that. And we had 15 seniors that did a tremendous job over their career, and I say that because of where we started. I use this saying with the guys all season long. We're not where we want to be, but thank goodness we're not where we used to be. And these guys have won 18 games in 3 seasons. Prior to that, they'd only won 13 in 5, so 5 years. So we're getting better. We're getting better. We've averaged 6 wins a year, and you look back and you're roughly a 500 club. 1 or 2 plays here or there, you'd be sitting here 9-2, 8-3. But we didn't get the breaks. We didn't make the breaks. We didn't take advantage of the breaks in some of the games that we played early in the year. But again, it was very difficult, trying to get up for this game after the game we had last week. And it's always good to end on a good positive note, send those guys out winners. And then we'll move forward when the time comes. Any questions?
With Dwayne Brady scoring so late, was that kind of a mixed blessing for you, having to put the defense back on the field after seeing what they've kind of been up against the last quarter?
No, you want to score there. You want to keep that lead and keep the pressure on the other ball team there. I don't think we had much trouble moving the ball. We never really gotten much of a rhythm all day, and a lot of it had to do is they just ate up so much clock. Until that last drive of the first half, I looked down at my clock because I always keep time on the how long we've been out there, just because we're not very deep, and if it's a long first half, you may kind of adjust a little bit in the third quarter or whatnot. And, that it had only taken like 55 minutes the first half, so they kept the ball a long time and really just never gave us a chance to get much rhythm offensively. So any way we could score a touchdown to take the lead there at the end is never a mixed blessing. You always want to have the lead there late in the ball game.
But talk about your defense being able to get that stop. It's not something we've seen a lot of, especially.
Well, that was big. That was a big stop. We were able. The big thing was we got them in passing situations on the last drive. They had to throw the ball. So we were able to use some of our blitz packages on it. And, there, I guess on second down, we had a guy come free and we missed the tackle. And then we were able to get some pressure the next down, let them use their timeouts, and then got a big pass break up there to end the ball game. And the hard thing is when we did blitz today, we got pressure on him, but it's just you're really rolling the dice when you blitz against an option team because they can crease you in a hurry. So we got them in a passing situation there at the end, and that's not what they do well, and we were able to get pressure on them. And, again, we made the play there at the end when we needed to, and that's something we hadn't done all season long. So great job to those guys for doing that.
Coach, talk to me a little bit. Just how fitting was it for Julian to actually, senior day, probably one of your best corners, for him to make that play to really put the exclamation point in the way?
Well, he's a good boy, and we've been very fortunate to have him. I think he missed one tackle early in the game, and then other than that, I think he probably played one of his best games he's played all season. So, we had some seniors that stepped up, played well today, but we also had a lot of good young players that stepped up and played good too. So, again, they all count the same, and we'll take them any way we can get them.
Casey was 10 yards shy of 10,000 yards. Did you know that when you decided to take a knee there at the end?
No, I didn't. I didn't know that. At that point of the game, when it's over, man, we're going to take a win, and he should have got it earlier in the game. That's his own fault for not getting it right earlier in the ball game. He ran the ball too much today. But the thing was, that was something that those guys they were playing a 3-man front, and that was when somebody does that to you and they drop 8, you got to better run the ball well, and if you don't. You're not going to be successful. So we had great success with that. Casey had a great career. Would I have liked for him to get the 10,000? Sure, I would have. But there at the end of the game, there's you just don't do that. And again, we were just very fortunate that we were able to get the win. And if he didn't get it, like I said, he should have completed one earlier in the game to get it. That's the way I look at it. Put it on him. Don't put it on me. I mean, we look. I mean, serious though. I mean, and I'll tell him. I mean, he threw 6 incompletions today. So I mean, one of them may have been worth 10 yards. What's that? Yeah, we did. Trotter played a good game, and that one, hit him right in the numbers, and bounced up in the air, and we had a hard time converting on 4th down. But again, our special teams really bailed us out today.
Coach, talk to me. I was just looking at your rushing stats when you talk about going through the ball for 189 yards. Clearly, Jamal Berry, he averaged 10.9, Dwayne averaged almost 5. And that's stuff you got as far as the future goes. That's got to be promising.
Yeah, well, we've been able to run the ball well. I mean, for the most part, once we got. Jamal in there. I mean, Brady runs the ball good too, but it gave us a 1-2 punch back there. So that's very key to what we do. It doesn't get a lot of notoriety because Casey's been back there playing QB and throwing for a lot of yards and setting a lot of records. But if you'll look back, the games we played well offensively, we've been able to run the ball well, and we put a big time premium on that.
Coach, despite the 400 yards in rushing, you guys got a lot of pressure on both guys in the backfield for SEMO. Talk to me a little bit about what you did this past week and just how you game plan for that today. To get back there.
Well, our blitz package hadn't changed much the past 3 weeks, but when you play the option, you just got to really be real base and just be assignment sound. And they didn't hurt us much on the option today. They hurt us on some of the power game that Eastern Kentucky hurt us on. And again, they just milk the clock and just kind of eat it up and get a little chunk here and a little chunk there. And but we were able to, when they did throw the ball. But they're not they have not been a very good passing team. That's not what they do well. And so when we did force them into some of those situations, we were able to get, use our blitz packages and be able to get some pressure on him, which was good because we sure needed it there at the end.
I know you talked about eating up the clock, but Brandon Wicks had 16 tackles. Is that kind of almost like too many?
Well, not today. I mean, he was playing we moved him to the linebacker's position. He got hurt and missed the Tennessee State game. Wasn't able to play much in that game. If he played at all, I don't think he played very much at all. And then we just had some guys that were beat up, so we were kind of forced to move him to linebacker, and because Quay was hurt and Quay's been banged up, Corey Addison's been banged up. And, boy, that's a lot of tackles. But when you face a team like you face today, I mean, he's the quarterback guy. Sometimes he's the pitch guy and things of that nature. He's going to be in position to make a lot of tackles. And evidently, I knew he played well. I didn't know he had that many tackles. But he's a good football player.